My name is Renaku Francois Brainard. I am a South African born and raised. I was born in Pretoria, went to school there in primary school, then moved down to Durban, where I went to school at Glenwood High School. After school, went to University of Pretoria, played rugby. I got the opportunity to finish my degree in America, moved to Missouri for about 2.5 years. And after America, I came back to South Africa, came down to Cape Town. We are currently in Somerset West. And that's basically me in a nutshell where I grew up. How about you?
Yeah, nice. So I'm Erik Bernard. And also proudly South African, born and raised here. Haven't seen much overseas, but excited about this journey for Brick. So let's get into that.
So the first thing I wanted to say is that, Brick, the name itself, Brick, how did we get to the name Brick? For starters, because when people see Brick, and I'll get to our motto and our slogan a bit later, but just maybe elaborate where we got the name Brick from.
So me and Renaku haven't known each other that long yet, but we're partners for the Ironman in Mossel Bay this year. So I just thought, well, this is an exciting guy. He's full of energy, he's fit. I wasn't in that same boat, but he was the prime candidate to get to do the Ironman with me. And that's how we actually knew each other. We started training together, and we just joked around a little bit and thought maybe let's start a business. And that's where we came up with the name Brick, as that comes through with all the Ironman training. We have these Brick workouts where you do a swim workout followed by a bike session, or you can do either a bike session followed by a running session. And that's where we got the inspiration for Brick.
Just to add on to that, a lot of personal motivation from myself as well. Meeting you through my fiance, both of his wife and my fiance is photographers. Just proper African style podcast here. So they're photographers, himself as well. He's a videographer, and was extremely blessed to meet that way. Since we met, felt a close connection, started to speak a lot, went to the gym a few times, and then found that we both share this passion for something greater than ourselves. And that's where Brick was established, and through the training and actually setting a goal for ourselves to go and compete in the Mossel Bay Ironman. I think that's where it all started. Wanting to compete, wanting to push ourselves, and see where we can take our bodies to. I think we created a good team, and I'm really excited. This is only the beginning. Also, we're not established at all. This is brand new. We registered a few weeks ago. We got our first cap, which we'll show later on. It's been an awesome ride this far. Training has been quite hard, but fun as well. We're 3 weeks away. 3 weeks away.
3 weeks away.
From the Mossel Bay Ironman. Just some on the personal background and the turning points. Maybe you can elaborate where you felt the need to make that decision. Listen, I want to do something different. I want to create a brand or a business and do the Ironman.
Yeah, cool. So I think for myself, I'm not a professional athlete or whatsoever, and I feel like there's a lot of people out there that's in the same boat. And this principle of Brick basically builds on the idea of when your mindset lets you down, or whatever thing in the world seems to be going against you, if you have the necessary discipline, that's the only thing you need. If you can get up at 5 a.m. in the mornings, even myself, I can't do that every morning, but just the idea of doing that already gets you one step closer to your goals. And if it's in the health industry, fitness industry, business industry, you can put this, we basically say it's our principle, but it's a Brick mindset where you just keep on building on what you achieved yesterday. And it's all about failures. You basically need to fail in order to grow. And that's what we believe is Brick. We're not this perfect brand or this perfect two individuals that just basically want to go and conquer the world. We want to build a community with us, to fail with us, to keep pushing ourselves, and to keep the entire community accountable. I mean, that's the thing with these days. You think you need to perform and you need to be the best version of yourself, but I mean, we're all human beings. We need to fail, and we need to let each other know we failed. We need to get to be held accountable for what we do in life, if it's fitness, if it's finance, if it's business. So I think that's, for me, that's the main principles for Brick for now. I think there's still a long journey ahead, but that's my main focus points for now.
Yeah, I mean, I can elaborate as well. By no means are we professional athletes or wanting to be, you know, the best triathlete or the best athlete, the best sprinter, the biggest guy. But I think what we do share is a common belief that we want to get better. And through that we have to fail, but failing forward and failing fast, which is I think a good thing, a good trait that we do have. And that's why, you know, I think Brick was born in that way, where if you can visualize it in the name Brick itself, it's, you know, when you're building a house, when you're building your foundation, it's ensuring that it's strong, it's immovable, but it can adapt, and that's where, you know, the training and the mindset comes through. You know, what would you say, if I can ask you, where was a point in your life where you realized you wanted to do something better and greater? You know, just improving yourself, but also bigger than yourself.
I think for myself, like, it all came down to sacrifices. It never was really about achieving something, but rather than sacrificing a few things in life to achieve more. So I know the concept sounds a bit strange, but that's how I learned that even though you don't have the finances to achieve something or the fitness to achieve something, if you sacrifice a small little stuff in life, it gets you forward, even though you don't necessarily think you're going forward. So I think the pivotal point for me was this Ironman. I was always into fitness, but I never realized, we're not the smallest guys. We both weigh about 220 pounds, so that's about 100 kgs, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
So running and that stuff for me isn't like my main thing, but I just realized that if you have consistency in life, if it's in fitness, if it's in business, if it's in finance, that's the stepping stones, or the way we call it, to the Brick mindset, to keep on building on that stuff to get forward in life. So I think, just to conclude, the Ironman for me was that pivotal point where I just realized that if I can keep consistent in fitness, I can get this Ironman done. And the way through this journey that I just learned that if you get up each morning, even if you don't get up at 5 a.m., but you stick to your workouts, you'll get closer to your Ironman and feel ready. So that was for me. And yourself?
Yeah, I mean, same. It's I think it was a combination of things. Finishing school, graduating from college, stepping into the workforce, and feeling that desire and need to do something bigger than myself, and also set a goal that's so daunting that it scares me a bit, but that's I think that's what life is about, doing things that you're uncomfortable with. And I think that it grew within me. It was this little voice inside of me since I was a kid, just saying, listen, you're meant for greatness, and pursuing that and trying to get that, you're always going to fail. And with this Ironman training, I can definitely tell you that it's hard, but it's fun at the same time. It's where the Brick mentality and the foundation comes through. And I think we resonated there with each other in the sense of we wanted to do something more and better with our lives, but also, you know, tell other people and show other people, actually more show them that ordinary people can also do great things. And great things doesn't need to be world class. It can be in your daily life, like you mentioned, waking up early, you know, doing your workouts, even if you don't get it right maybe in the morning, but you still accomplish your workouts.
So let's talk about the motto, Live to Suffer. You came up with that slogan, and just tell everybody yeah, just a little bit how you got to that and the mentality behind it.
Yeah, look, I don't know where it exactly came from. I just know I've been saying it for quite a while, for a few years. I think most of the people in the fitness world will know David Goggins and his "Get Hard" and "Stay Hard" and all of those quotes. I follow these extremely inspirational people in fitness, Jocko Willink, Cameron Haynes, Nick Bear. We have an extreme love for all these people. We follow them, we look up to them. That was where it was born, through going through hardship. I've played rugby my whole life, enduring a lot of pain and suffering, but I always felt good afterwards. And that's one thing that I think we both have in common, and we can share to the world, is that it's a necessity for us to suffer, for humans to suffer, because we're very adaptable. We stick through the grind and we come out the other side better than ever before. And I think that's where it started. I mean, you also resonated with it, huh?
Yeah, I mean, we haven't actually introduced the slogan, but it's live to suffer. And for me, I mean, if you think about it, there's suffering each day. Not like a suffering that you're gonna die, but it's a mental suffering. I mean, it's difficult to get out of bed early mornings, but if you make that decision, you have so much time in the day to get it done. If you make sacrifices and suffer through your finance, you'll save up money so much faster. If you go through suffering in your diet, you'll get a six-pack. I mean, it's not about all these get quick rich schemes or get fit schemes. It's just about it's a mindset. It's basically, for me, a few sacrifices you make, and if you suffer through life, so that's for me. I resonate so much with the slogan because it gets so close. I mean, even in like family experiences, you have people around you that go through suffering, and but they make it through. And at the end of the life, or not the end of the life, but during your life, there will be difficult times. It will be suffering constantly, not in a like a bad way, but in a good way. And if you can endure through that, if you can make that your strength and not your weakness, I mean, there's so much to achieve.
Yeah, being comfortable in it during the suffering, and enjoying it, and realizing when it happens that this is not the end of the world. This is only a process within something. And I think that's also extremely powerful, like you said, in anything that we do, whether it's in training and exercising, but also in your business, your personal, your family, your love life. And I think that's why I feel Brick and its slogan, live to suffer, it's more of a, we facilitate people to endure, to live that lifestyle, to live that way that, we see and we've experienced it firsthand. So, I mean, I absolutely love it. I don't think a lot of people, when they hear it the first time, live to suffer, it'll turn a few heads. But I think
exactly.
I think that's what we need in today's world, where we need to make it common that suffering is needed, and it's also a necessity.
Yeah, like the thing is, you're not necessarily gonna understand it the first time, but that's the whole idea of this brand. Is we basically want to start a community where people that you need to learn it. It's basically something to learn. It's a mindset to develop. It's something that when you get into these situations, you'll understand. And that's how I learned it. In the beginning, I wasn't live to suffer. I was like thinking about what does it really mean? And it was only after a few like hard brick workouts that you're in your own mind, like running, you can't go anymore. But then you realize this is for a greater goal, and while it's suffering, it's so rewarding at the same time. So yeah, that's for us why this slogan is so powerful.
Yeah, I mean, just to reiterate on that, it's exactly what you said. It's more than just a brand, and it's more than just a slogan, but it's a way of living.
Exactly.
And we've only doing it now recently, this brand, this business that we're trying to do, we can actually dive into that. I mean, we're trying to build this business Brick and this brand to facilitate and build a community where people can endure and look good while doing it, but also that's one benefit, but also, you know, building a lasting foundation for people to realize that what they can do, they can achieve, and what they put their mind to, they can achieve. Talk me a bit about, you know, I know it's the early days of Brick, but it's the really early days, but a few of the challenges you would say, you know, making a mind shift from, okay, talking about something and then actually doing it, taking action.
Yeah, I think for me, I'm not the most comfortable in front of a camera, even in a large crowd. So, I mean, I got the inspiration actually from Nick Bear, where he's doing this, it's like a podcast series where he talks about how he bootstrapped his business. And I mean, we're not necessarily following in his footsteps, but I mean, you get your inspiration from somewhere. So after I heard that one episode, I just realized that you have nothing to lose. You have so much to gain. You just need to get to it. You need to say, okay, well, whatever the world says, you just need to focus on it. You need to you need to fail. So if you do it good, if you do it bad, so what? You just need to start with it. And I think the main principle for me and Renako is, like, we're trying to bootstrap this business all by ourselves. We have a great set of skills between the two of us, and we actually like carbon copies of each other, but we have so different skills in different business areas. I'm in the IT industry and he's in the sales and corporate industry, and the consulting industry, and we just put our strengths together to achieve this. Well, we haven't got this business where we want it yet, but there's great hopes for it. So that's for me, that was the principles of starting.
Yeah, same on this side. It's a thing that I've wanted to do for so long, just not knowing what to do and where to start. And exactly like you said, it's just starting, doing it, registering the business. I remember the day that we registered, that good feeling of, listen, yeah, this is a reality. You have to make this work.
Yeah, you need to pay that $1,000 even if you don't have it, but it's so rewarding afterwards.
And to see the name, but then the realization kicks in where, okay, but now I can fail and I can fail forward, and let's see if we can make this work, because we have nothing to lose. We have a finite amount of time on this earth, and I feel like a lot of people are fixated on, you know, their job title or what they make, what their, you know, income is, who they're with, where they live. All of that's irrelevant when you pass away and it's 100 years and no one can remember your name. Yeah. So why not? Why don't we just start, go for it, full guns blazing, see how far we can take it, but also build that community, because that's one thing that we wanted to do for so long, is build a community where people feel comfortable in suffering, enduring, and, you know, just becoming better people. And I think that's one thing. And today especially, I feel like a lot of people are either shy or they're just not comfortable yet to fail. And I think that's what we're doing here. I mean, neither of us have done this, you know, in our life. This is the first time speaking in a podcast setup. So I mean, and I think that's what makes it special. You have to start somewhere.
Yeah, you need to start, and you need to sit here and be uncomfortable. You need to be uncomfortable in work. You need to be uncomfortable wherever you find yourself. So this is the start. I mean, we're here to fail with you guys. There's nothing to lose.
Yeah, and that's why I feel we have, even though we're not there yet with the community, we still have some kind of correlation with the public in the sense of we're just starting. I mean, and we by no means experts, so we can, you know, if anyone has you know, a hand to lend or advice to give, we're open for it. I mean, we're not nearly the professionals that you see out there and the people that has millions and millions of eyes on them. And I feel like they're also just normal people and they started somewhere, and there's no better time now to start. And I think I've read a book recently called The Diary of a CEO by Stephen Bartlett, and that's one of the books that pushed me forward to start this thing, and to put myself out there, because it's one thing to try and build a business and build a brand. It's another thing to put yourself out there in front of a camera and actually speaking, and, you know, even though we're not comfortable with it, I think it's something that you have to do.
Yeah, and just to add to your point there on where we started, or where we talked about the idea of starting a business. And I mean, weeks go by, you get excited about starting a business, you get excited about what you want to do, but then you get into a place where, okay, you actually need to register the business, you need to actually order your first products. And I mean, that can, like, throughout this few months that we started now, the main thing is consistency. If you set a goal, a weekly goal, even if it's a monthly, weekly, daily goal, whatever, I mean, just keep consistent and just keep moving forward. And I feel for us that's the main thing in our fitness as well now.
Yeah, you know, mentioning that, we actually have our first product, which is a running cap. I don't know if you guys can see. It's quite an epic cap in the sense of it's recyclable, but it's also durable, because me and Eric, we're both quite heavy sweaters, so when I train I do sweat, and I sweat a lot. As you can see on the front it says brick, and then at the back it says live to suffer, which is, yeah, this is our first product that we're gonna launch. We're not live yet, but I do feel this is a start. This is the first block, the first brick. We suffered a bit with this. We're happy with the product. We're gonna show it to you guys soon. But I do feel that, you know, yeah, we're here, and I think that's it.
And I mean, you guys should stay in tune. There's a lot of exciting stuff coming. Check out for the website that's releasing soon. We have a lot of the pre-sales that's going to open for the cap, so be ready for that.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna launch it soon. We're gonna publicly state when we're gonna launch the website for some pre-sales. Please stay tuned. If there's anything else you guys want to share, you guys want to ask us, the journey, challenges. I mean, we're doing the Ironman. What's next? So please stay tuned, and I think that's it.
Okay, lekker.
Lekker.
That's right.